Hello children, we already saw a video about the natural resources, the previous chapter, and now in this video we are going to see about the land, soil and water resources, which are very important natural resources for all forms of life on the earth. First and foremost, we are going to see about the land. It covers 30% of the total surface area of the earth. 95% of our needs, that is for food, clothing and shelter, are from the land. As we know the topography, all the land is not suitable for human settlement. Plains and river valleys are densely populated, and the rocky slopes of mountains, low-lying areas, sandy desert areas, glaciers, forested areas are sparsely populated and sometimes it is uninhabited. Now we see about the classification of the land. It is classified into these topics such as relief, that is the topography, soil fertility, the development of the area, ownership of the land and on the basis of the usage. Under the topography you have plateaus, plains and mountains. The soil fertility, whether the soil is fertile or barren. Opposite to fertile is the barren. And on the basis of the development, that is the rural and the urban. You all know about this. Ownership of the land is, whether the land is private, that is belonging to the individual, or it is belonging to a community, or the land belongs to the government. On the basis of the usage, that is whether it is the arable land, pasture land, forest or the fallow land, cultivable wasteland or the non-agricultural land. We see everything now in detail. The land is uneven everywhere. Yes, in the topography we saw about the mountains, plateaus and plains. The mountains are the high altitude regions on the surface of the earth, and all major continents have mountain ranges. Mountains have useful forests and they are the sources of many perennial rivers. And these perennial rivers, they bring the fresh water and they are helpful in the formation of the soil. Okay, these forests, the mountains have useful forests and these forests shelter the wildlife and they provide useful products such as spices and medicinal herbs for us. The next one is the plateaus. The plateaus are the raised table lands. Here 45% of the earth's surface is covered by the plateaus. They are high and flat on top. They are the banks of minerals. In these areas, mining and related industries are very common. The low plateaus are for the agricultural use and the high plateaus are for the cattle grazing, and sometimes it is desert. Next one is the plain. Plains are the low altitude fertile region. Here it is densely populated. In this area only it is densely populated, and it is because it is suitable for the human settlement. They are vast and flat. This land is vast and flat. It is rich in alluvial soil. Later in this lesson I will be teaching about what is that alluvial soil. It is brought by the rivers. Okay, and here you can do the agricultural activities. Here the communication, transport, the sufficient raw material, cheap labor are all the means of the plains. Nearly 1/3 of the world population live in this plains. Next is the arable land. Arable land is a land which is suitable for ploughing and for the crop production. Pasture land is for the grazing animals. And fallow land, the land which can be cultivated but has been left unused for the season. So, according to the season it will be used. So the remaining season it will be left unused. Cultivable waste, that is the land which has been lying fallow for more than 5 years. So, it is not used for more than 5 years. Now, we saw about the land and how it is classified. Now, we are going to see about the use, how the land is used. It is used for different purposes, that is for cultivation, grazing animals, for mining, construction of buildings, roads, setting up industries. So how it is used? Simply you cannot use the land for cultivation. So it has to be determined by some factors. Those are the physical factors and the human factors. The physical factors based on the topography, as we already saw. That is the mountains, plateaus and plains. Then about the soil, how fertile the soil is, and about the climate and the availability of the minerals and the availability of the water. Then what are the human factors? That is the population density, technology and the availability of capital. In this slide you are going to see about the pattern of land use in India. It is given by the Ministry of Agriculture, Government of India. Here they categorized how they are using it. That is, the net sown area is 46.6%. The forested land is 22.6%. Pasture land is 3.6%. Cultivated wasteland is 4.5%. And the non-agricultural land is 13.5%. Nowadays, there is a great change in land use patterns. As the number of people increasing, the availability of the land is also limited. So we misuse the land or we don't use it properly. So there are some major threats to the environment. Those are the land degradation, landslides, soil erosion and desertification. In that we are going to see about the land degradation now. What is meant by land degradation? That is nothing but the decline in the productivity of the cultivated land or forest land. So the productivity, the production is decreased. So why it is happening like this? Why the degradation is happening? That is because of the unsuitable and unscientific land use. We don't study about the land. So we use it in another way. So that unsuitable and the unscientific land use, it results in the land degradation. There are some factors that are responsible for the land degradation. That is the excessive exploitation of the land, deforestation, is a cutting down of the trees, clearing fertile land for settlements. Yes, they clear the fertile land and they build they construct the buildings. Burning the trees for agriculture. Yes, they burn the trees and they get the area and then they do the agriculture. Abandoned mining sites. The mining has been done in that area and they left it abandoned. They did not make it used for the future generation. So the abandoned mining sites are very, very dangerous. And also surface mining. Okay. Then the toxicity in the landfill. The land is filled with the toxic substances. That is the industrial wastes. Then untreated industrial effluents. Yes, the industrial effluents are not treated properly and directly they are thrown into the land or the water resources. Concretization. Concretization with from the name itself, the concrete. Okay. The land is filled with the concrete buildings. Yes, constructions. So these are all the factors that are responsible for the land degradation. We are going to see now about the conservation of the land. There are some key terms which you should know before entering into the conservation of the land. That is the shelter belts. What are called as shelter belts? Planting trees in the belts to reduce wind speed and free flow of water. The belts here, it is the frontiers, the borders. Afforestation, that is planting trees on a large scale. So deforestation is what? The cutting down of trees. Afforestation is planting trees on a large scale. Desertification, the process by which the fertile land becomes desert. That's why it is desertification. Typically it is due to drought. Sometimes it is due to drought. Otherwise it is man-made, that is deforestation. Topography is already you saw about the arrangement of the natural and physical features of an area. Now we'll see how we can conserve the land resources. So some of the methods are afforestation. We already saw what is afforestation. Land reclamation. You are going to reclaim the land. Then the regulated use of chemical pesticides and fertilizers. That is the you have to regulate it. You have to use the fertilizers or the pesticides that is authorized by the government, or you can opt for the natural fertilizers. Planting of shelter bells. Yes, we saw this term. Controlled mining. The mining also should be controlled. Even our needs are increasing. The mining has to be controlled. And also we have to check on the overgrazing. In the pasture land, overgrazing is also not too good. And also you have to check on the desertification. This you can do by afforestation. Yes children, in this video we saw about the land, how the land is classified and what are all the uses, and how the degradation is happening, and how we can do the conservation of the land. The next video I will post a detailed description of the soil. Thank you children.